Yo, what's up guys? This might seem a little redundant, but I did want to talk about it because it is important and it's things that you need to know. So it's been revealed that episode 55 and 56 of Black Clover will adapt the light novel. Now, some of you may not know what the fuck I'm talking about. Let me explain. I think as of this video's recording, we're on episode 52, which is about to go to 53 in a few days. Essentially what's going on is this. Black Clover's next arc is about to start, and the anime is about to hit it. There's an issue with the next arc though, and you've already probably seen hints of it in the opening that was just released, opening 5 for Black Clover. Black Clover opening 5 features 2 new characters that people may not recognize, and there's actually a third one, but we'll get into that later. Who were introduced this arc, and it's like, oh, okay, it'll be like Kahono and Kaito, you know, the new characters of each arc. We'll get introduced to the characters, and we'll see what they're about. No, so in the original manga, these characters were introduced and got like small little text blurbs, and that was it. The problem with this is that these characters were already met. Like Asta and Noelle and Fenrir and whoever else already knew who the hell these characters were. The reason why is because Black Clover had a light novel. And in the light novel, it explains some stuff which goes into these characters. So what ended up happening is that if you were reading just the manga, which most of us English speakers, that's all we were doing, because the light novels have not been translated, or even brought over to the States, legal or illegal otherwise. We cannot read the goddamn light novels because no one's translated them. When you read the manga, it was like, oh, hi, such and such, and you were like, were we supposed to know them? Because I don't remember them. Well, there's a reason for that. It's because the only reason why the main characters recognize them is because of the light novels events, which they tied over from the light novel, but because you were in America and the light novel hasn't been translated, you didn't get to read the light novel, so you won't get it. It's one of the few instances I've seen where if you did not read the light novel, there is a particular stuff in the main manga that does not make sense. That is the problem with the next arc coming. These characters are introduced, but they aren't given any backstory, because the backstory was given in the light novel, which we can't read because it's not in English. Japanese readers, and even the Japanese would have been kind of fucked over, because it's like, wait a minute, if I didn't read the light novel for Black Clover, I wouldn't know who the characters are anyway. The only way you would know who these characters are is if you read the light novel. Which means you have to read Japanese or be Japanese, essentially. So what episode 55 and 56 are doing is adapting that light novel, which is important because if you're going to introduce these characters into an arc, especially for the anime fandom, that, you know, Black Clover is being dubbed by Funimation, it would make sense that for the anime-only fans to get a clear understanding of who these characters are, because they're pretty prevalent in the next fucking arc. I mean, through the whole goddamn arc, and you're like, I don't know who you are, though. So part of me, and the reason why this is important, because it makes it hard to give a shit. So I wanted to mention that and let the fandom know. Some of you already know, especially if you hang out on the Reddit or on Twitter. Black Clover's light novel, at least regarding those characters, will be adapted. So, in the next, since we're on 53 and Tuesday, we got like another, in about 2 weeks or so, we'll start seeing we'll finally get an anime adaptation of the light novel, which is important because I don't think anyone, which means everybody should be watching this, because no manga reader knows about this, nor does the anime watcher. So this will be a nice experience, and hopefully it flows in well, especially considering I know what the next few chapters are about. I mean, I've already read the manga, so I know the next few episodes, what they're about, so I'm like, please pace it right or else it's going to come off kind of janky. But I just wanted to put that video out there, let people know what's going on, because that is important, and it needs to be addressed. So, that's all I have to say. Leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. If you're excited, I'll leave a link to the Twitter post so people know where this information is coming from. Look forward to it, and everyone get hyped, because none of you have seen this information before. This literally cannot be spoiled, because no one knows what's coming next. I know the gist of what the characters involved are about, but that's about it. So, anywho, catch you guys later. There's no point doing the outro. It's not important. I just gotta go because I need to pee. The bladder control is killing me.